So if you watched my previous video, my introduction about dementia, and some of the things that I said resonated with you, I want to remind you that you're not alone, and there are things you can do to take care of yourself, because that is really important. When you show up to visit a family member, or if you're there all the time and you're feeling angry, frustrated, sad, lonely, it just makes a difficult situation even worse. So I'm going to introduce you to a little technique that is kind of my go-to for anything that I'm struggling with. It's not the only technique I use, but it's one that I can teach you really quickly and it's really effective. So yeah, if you've never done it before, it sounds a little bit woo-woo, but people are using it all over the world now. For trauma victims in places like Rwanda, people who've been the victims of awful atrocities. So of course it can help you too, because you're going through your own trauma. You have to believe that, and you are worthy of being taken care of yourself. So I want to send you a big hug today, and I want to teach you this technique so that you can feel a little bit better when you're struggling. So it's emotional freedom techniques. It's a method where we tap on the body to let go of negative emotions. You can't do it wrong. I'm going to just go through it really quickly with you, but you can go back to my other videos, how to do EFT tapping, I think it is. I'll link in the comments again and just remind you where to go, or I'll put a kind of a place where it'll forward you to the right video if you get lost, or if you've got any questions, make sure you post those in the comments too. But this is just for you. It's not for the person who you're caring for. This is for you, so that you can have a little bit of relief from the stress that you're feeling, for all those emotions that I know are really difficult. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to do what we call the setup statement, and we just do this by tapping on the side of the hand, and you just keep tapping and go along with me. And if these words make sense to you, say them along with me. If they don't, you can think about your own and just, replace them with something that makes sense. So I'm going to put myself in that position where I was spending time with my mum, and she was telling me that I was lying to her, or she was getting angry with me, or maybe I just felt overwhelmed and sad. And this is the setup statement. It's got two parts. The first part talks about the problem, and the second is more of a positive affirmation. So even though I'm feeling really angry with my mum right now because she keeps yelling at me, I know she can't help it, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So the last part, that I deeply and completely love and accept myself, is kind of a fallback. If you don't have another option of something to say, you can use that for anything. So let's try another one. We usually tap and do this reminder statement about 3 times, but I'm just going to keep tapping with you for a while till you get used to it. So tap along. It actually feels pretty good. Even though I'm so sad that he or she has got this awful disease, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm so angry that I'm doing my best and he or she treats me like this, I know it's not their fault, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though this has been a really hard day and I don't know if I can face another one like it, I know I'm going to be okay. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Let's just think of one more thing that might be bothering you. Even though it's not fair that I'm doing all this caring, and he seems to be angry with me all the time, I know it's not his fault. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So there's some of the things that you might be dealing with. There could be so many other. There could be, even though I'm so exhausted, even though I'm so angry and upset with them, even though I'm really sad that it's come to this, even though I don't think I can deal with cleaning up poop anymore, there are so many things that you may have experienced. So think about that and put that into the first part. Even though I've experienced this and it's horrible, the second part is I deeply and completely love and accept myself. The more you get used to this, the more you kind of start changing the words so that it works for you. So that's the setup statement. Do that, tapping on the side of the hand about 3 times. Then we're going to do the reminder statement. And the reminder statement is something that keeps you focused on the problem, and you tap on parts of the body. And it's eyebrow, side of eye, under nose, chin, collarbone. There's one either side, just the fleshy parts there, and you just tap on either side. Underarm, usually where a woman wears a bra, and on the end with the top of the head. You tap 5 to 7 times or thereabouts. Again, tapping police ain't going to come and get you if you do it wrong. And usually it's worth thinking about how bad the problem is at the beginning. So if I'm going to ask you, how angry, how pissed off, how upset are you right now about this situation? It might be that it's an 8 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. It could be just a 5 depending on your day. And then when you finish tapping, you can say, how do I feel now? What number is it now? Then you can test if the emotions have started to subside, if it's started to come down. So I'm going to just run through one with you all the way, and let's see if you can tap along with me. So I'm going to do the setup statement again and go straight into reminder statement. So imagining that you've got your number and you're maybe an 8 out of 10. Even though I'm so angry that she's blaming me for everything and I'm the one doing all the caring, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm just exhausted doing all this work, getting no thanks for it, not seeing the person I used to know right in front of me, even though it's so hard, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I don't even like her at the moment, she's making me really angry and I just don't want to come here and be the caregiver because she's just so ungrateful. I know she can't help it. I'm going to let it go. And I love and accept myself. Okay. Eyebrow. We're going to talk about this frustration. This frustration. Side of eye. This frustration. Under eye. I'm so frustrated being a caregiver. Under nose. This is frustrating and exhausting. Chin. God, I'm so frustrated with this. Collarbone. I'm just worn out with all this caregiving. Underarm. I don't think I can keep doing it. Top of head. I'm exhausted and I'm sad and I'm angry. Now I'm just going to tap and just follow along with me. It's just not fair. I'm the one doing all the work, taking up all my time. It's like my life's on hold. I don't do anything for myself anymore. I've got no life. Nobody realises how hard this is. I'm finding it so difficult. And the worst thing is, I don't even like him anymore. I feel like he's not who he was. He's mean to me. And he's aggressive. He's ungrateful. She's mean. It's just not fair. And I'm the one that does all the work. I clean up. I do things that I never thought I'd have to do. Clean up things I'd never thought I'd have to clean. See him or her in a way that I never imagined. It's just so unfair. And I feel guilty. so guilty. It's not fair because I feel angry. And I feel guilty about feeling angry. And then I feel even worse. I have awful thoughts. Terrible thoughts. I just want to walk away sometimes. I don't want to do this anymore. But I don't have a choice. And yet I know inside, he's in there. She's in there. They can't help it. This awful disease has taken them away from me. And I want to help. I want to care. I just need to let go of this feeling. I'm letting go of the anger. I'm letting go of the sadness. I'm letting go of the guilt. I'm letting it go because I know I'm doing my best. I know I'm doing my best. I know I'm doing my best. So you see how that works? You tap on the feelings, you tap on all the negative emotions, until you start to feel a little bit less angry, sad, frustrated, guilty, whatever the emotions are. Say them out loud while you tap. You don't have to do this in front of anybody else. And do it as many times as you need. When we go from the eyebrow all the way around and end at the side of the head, that's a round of tapping, and you can do as many of those as you need to. Sometimes it might take 5 minutes, sometimes it might take 20, but I always feel better after I've been tapping. So I hope that you'll try that, and I hope that you'll just replace it with the words that are helpful for you. If you get stuck, if you don't know what to say, post a comment. You don't have to tell me big details, but maybe mention to me some of the kind of frustrations you're feeling, and I'll help you do a script. I'll help you do some, I'll post some ideas for you, because I know at first it's difficult, but this will help. It will help if you just try it, because it's helped people who've gone through horrors and they've been relieved of their trauma. It's helped people who've, like I say, been in war zones, who are suffering from PTSD. So give it a try. I really believe that it can help you too. And again, thank you for all that you're doing for your person that you're caring for.